Hey Cowboys Nation, it's Alex back again with another big update from the Star, and before we dive right into this breaking Cowboys story, I gotta ask you something real quick because most of you watch my videos every single week but still haven't subscribed, and honestly I don't understand why. If you're part of this Cowboys family already, then just hit that subscribe button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps me bring you even more Cowboys news, rumors, and breakdowns, so go ahead and join the family. Alright, let's get into today's big story because Cowboys Nation, this one is going to make you sit up and think hard about the direction of this team. I'm talking about a brand new report that the Dallas Cowboys could actually be interested in trading for none other than Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. Yes, you heard me right, Brian Robinson from the Commanders. Now I know what you're thinking, why would the Cowboys make a move like this? What does this mean for the current running back room, and is this even realistic? Well, don't go anywhere because I'm going to break all of that down, and trust me, you're going to want to hear every detail. So let's start at the top. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys have one of the most talked about running back situations in the entire NFL. We all know Tony Pollard left in free agency, and that left a huge hole in the offense. Sure, the Cowboys brought in some names, and sure, they still have guys who can contribute, but let's be real, this running back room doesn't exactly scare anyone across the league. The Cowboys need someone who can take pressure off Dak Prescott and also give balance to this offense, because we all know Mike McCarthy has been talking about running the football more and establishing that identity again. Now here comes the rumor that's got everyone buzzing. Reports are floating around that the Cowboys have shown interest in possibly making a move for Brian Robinson Jr., the young running back from the Washington Commanders. And if you've been following Robinson's career, you know this guy is a tough physical runner. He's got size, he's got power, and he's proven he can be a workhorse when given the opportunity. The Commanders have used him a lot over the past 2 years, but with a new coaching staff, a new system, and different priorities over in Washington, suddenly Robinson's future there isn't as locked in as it used to be, and that's where the Cowboys might see an opening. Now think about this, Cowboys fans. Brian Robinson is still young. He's only been in the league a short time. He's under a very affordable rookie contract, and he's the type of back that fits perfectly with what the Cowboys are trying to do. He runs hard between the tackles. He can handle goal line work. He's not afraid of contact, and he brings that tough mentality that Cowboys fans love. Imagine pairing him with the backs we already have that could give the offense a real punch, something we've been missing since Ezekiel Elliott was in his prime. But let's not get ahead of ourselves yet, because we have to ask the real question: would the Commanders even trade Brian Robinson to the Cowboys? Let's be real, this is an NFC East rivalry, and we all know how much bad blood exists between Washington and Dallas. These two teams hate each other, the fans hate each other, and front offices usually don't like helping out their biggest rivals. But at the same time, the NFL is a business, and if the Commanders don't see Robinson is part of their long-term plans, and if the Cowboys put the right offer on the table, money talks and trades do happen even between rivals, so we can't rule it out completely. Now let's dig a little deeper into what Brian Robinson would actually bring to this Cowboys offense, because this is where things get really interesting. Robinson is 6'1", around 225 pounds. He's built like a truck. He can handle 20 carries a game without wearing down. He's the kind of back that wears out defenses in the fourth quarter and makes defensive linemen regret trying to tackle him over and over again. If the Cowboys are serious about wanting a power element back in this run game, Robinson makes a ton of sense. He gives you that short yardage bruiser who can pick up the tough yards, but he's also shown flashes of breakaway ability. And don't forget, this guy survived a terrifying shooting incident before his rookie season and still fought his way back onto the field within months. That tells you everything you need to know about his toughness and heart. This guy is a warrior. Now, Cowboys Nation, let me throw something at you. What would it actually take to get Robinson here? That's the million-dollar question, right? Because the Commanders are not just going to hand him over for nothing. Would it take a mid-round pick? Would it take a player plus a pick? The Cowboys front office under Jerry and Stephen Jones has always been very cautious when it comes to giving up draft picks. They don't like overspending, and we've seen them sit on their hands plenty of times in trade talks. So would they really be willing to pay the price for Robinson? That's something we've got to think about. On the other side, you've got to ask if this is really the right move for Dallas. Do the Cowboys need to be spending draft capital on a running back, or should they focus on other positions like offensive line or defensive depth? That's the debate right now. Some fans say yes, go get a proven young back. Others say draft someone next year. or develop what you already have. That's why this rumor is so fascinating, because there's no easy answer. Now let's imagine for just a second that this trade actually happens. Picture Brian Robinson lining up behind Dak Prescott in that backfield. Picture him pounding the rock behind Zach Martin and Tyler Smith. Picture him setting up play action shots for CeeDee Lamb down the field. Do you see it, Cowboys Nation? Because I can, and it looks pretty good. It looks like the type of move that could give the Cowboys the balance they desperately need heading into this season. And hey, race, another angle we can't ignore: bringing in Robinson would also fire up the locker room. This team has been criticized over and over for not being aggressive enough in trades, for always sitting back and waiting while other teams make big moves. If the front office went out and got a young, tough running back like Robinson, that would send a message to the players and the fans that, hey, we are serious about making a run this year. No more waiting, no more excuses. But at the same time, let's not forget, rumors are just rumors. We hear about a lot of trade talks every single offseason, and a lot of them never actually happen. So Cowboys Nation, I'm not here to tell you this is a done deal. I'm here to tell you it's something real being talked about, and it's something worth paying attention to over the coming weeks. If Washington decides to move Robinson, the Cowboys are a team that makes sense to call. So now I want to hear from you, because you guys are the real heartbeat of this channel. Would you actually want the Cowboys to trade for Brian Robinson? Do you think he's the missing piece this offense needs, or do you think it's better to stay patient and keep our draft picks? Drop your thoughts right now in the comments. I'm going to be reading all of them, and you know I love hearing what you all have to say. And one more thing, don't forget I've got a full detailed video breaking down the Cowboys running back situation and every possible trade target available right now on the channel. So after this video, go check that out, because it gives you the full picture of what moves Dallas could make. Alright, Cowboys Nation, that's going to wrap it up for today. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join the family, because we are dropping Cowboys news and updates every single day right here, and you don't want to miss it. Also, smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. It really helps out the channel and pushes this content to even more Cowboys fans just like you. This has been Alex with the latest Cowboys rumor about a possible trade for Brian Robinson Jr. And trust me, if anything new breaks, you'll hear it here first. I'll catch you in the next one. Cowboys Nation, let's stay locked in, and as always, go Cowboys.